Hey guys, so here we are again. It's been about a week and a half since I last talked to you guys and made a post. And after today's class, Professor Young kind of called me out on class about the bus system, and then obviously she posted a reply, if you guys haven't seen that, on my last post yesterday or so. So I just want to go ahead and address some of those things. My last video I talked about some future options other than the bus, such as biking, kind of what that looked like for me. I guess first off, to address the comment made by the professor, basically she asked, how does it make me feel, or is it frustrating that there's not many options when I get out to Fort Wayne? And yeah, I guess I didn't really expect there to be, because it's just, I don't know, it seems like that if you go outside any large city, that there's not a lot of options. And even in some big cities, as big as cities get in Indiana, that is, there's just not a lot of public transport infrastructure outside the realm of downtown, and so that's kind of what I saw there. And like I said, it's, I guess, not too much different than what I would expect. So moving on from that, the bus situation, it's about the same. So last time I talked about how one of the buses had shut down, it had lost heat, and then it was just up and running the day that I made that last post. Well, the very next day went down, and it's been down till I think yesterday. It came back on and then was off again today or something like that. I don't know. So basically, I've been dealing with one bus a lot, and it's really frustrating because it just seems like there's been a lot of times where I've missed the bus and I've been waiting on the bus. Last week I was even late to an exam because of the bus. I waited for 35 minutes for the bus just to arrive here at the cottages, and so and then once it did come finally, then the bus driver had to go to the bathroom or something like that, so she ran inside, and it spent like another 10 minutes and then another 5 minutes or so to get there. And with me walking into a test about 10 minutes late. Some of my other classmates that are actually in this class are also in that class with me. It's a class on life cycle analysis or life cycle assessment. So that's just getting a little frustrating. So yesterday and the day before, actually, it was very warm and it was nice. Today it's really snowy and cold, and it's supposed to get really cold again tonight. So like I said, one of my other options that I have is to bike, and so I actually chose to do that yesterday. Really nice day. I figured it's cool enough where I won't get all sweaty, and yeah, I decided to go out for a little ride, and even used it to get to campus once yesterday. Had to go to campus twice, so one time I used the bus in the morning, and then in the afternoon when it was a little nicer, I used the bike. And so like I said, I've been using my dad's bike. If I can show it here, that's basically it. Hopefully you can kind of see it, but you get the idea. So it's nice, it's old, but it's not mine. And so one of the things that I've been doing is from this, I kind of want to I eventually want to have my own bike, because at the end of the semester I have to get this back to my dad. Now when I move to Fort Wayne, I'm obviously going to need my own bike if I'm going to continue this. And so actually it's my girlfriend's dad bought an old Schwinn bike back in the 70s, and he was going to throw it away. Straight up throw it away. Not even, I don't know what you would do, part it out and recycle it or whatever. So he was going to throw it away, and I basically was just like, hey, I'll I'll pay you, you know, basically nothing for it, but I'll pay you something. You know, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a bike that's super heavy and really old and needed a lot of work anyways. So I ended up picking up that bike, and that's been a little while ago now. And so this past weekend I actually started working on it, and so I have a couple pictures posted. Basically the way it stands, the bike's completely disassembled. The paint's all stripped off of it. So it's a little bit of welding work that needed to go on. Some things like the kickstand were cut off because it's kind of unneeded weight. And all this bike's pretty cool because it's all steel. And so pretty easily recyclable. You know, it's kind of the same deal as aluminum. So, but because it's not aluminum, pretty much everything's on its steel. If it was an aluminum bike, it'd actually be mixed. It would have aluminum parts, it would have steel parts, and you actually have to separate all those out. This is really cool because I don't have to do that. So, I want to show, I brought back a couple pieces, most of the bike's at home still. This is one piece here, if I don't whack myself with it. It's called the crankshaft. Now this is a solid piece of steel. Just like I said, the rest of the bike is. Very heavy, like 6 pounds of steel. And so that's a piece that's come off of it. It's going to be replaced with a aluminum piece, real light. And so I guess the reason I want to bring up all this and kind of talk about it is the idea of kind of reusability. Now, an old bike like this, I would never actually want to keep, and but there's a lot of pieces that I can keep. I can reuse. I can buy new parts, and so when I'm done with it, my hope is that I basically have a bike that a lot of it will still be original, and so I will have the ability to actually reuse a lot of the parts. And what parts I don't reuse, because I am pulling everything apart, I can take it into any recycling manufacturer. Actually, we have a place close to my house that we do a lot of recycling with. I can just take it into him, and because it's all pieced out and everything, it's easy for him to take in and recycle. So basically, what parts I'm not using are going to be recycled, and the bike itself is going to be reused. Now I don't have to buy another bike and bring another product and basically end the life cycle of this bike, which was destined to be just taken to a dump. That's what her dad was going to do with it. Not that there's anything super wrong with that, other than it's environmentally unfriendly. I mean, there's a lot of things that we throw away that we shouldn't. A lot of things that we don't reuse or recycle. But so hopefully I will, by the end of the semester, hopefully be riding this bike around. There's still several other things that have to happen before then. Still waiting on a few more parts to come in, and then obviously I have to now paint the bike, which is probably the biggest journey still to come. But so that's another option. Just kind of want to talk through some of the things that I think are pretty fun. Kind of using my hobbies to, you know, I enjoy working on things and pulling things apart. I'm an engineer, so it's kind of what I like to do. See how things work and put them back together, I guess, and sometimes in the process make them better. And I can do that, you know, to recycle and reuse different products that we see. And in this case, not only do that, but take a product and reuse it in a way that is beneficial to my means of transportation. You know, now I have another means to, obviously, like I said, I can't use this bike to go to work. Work would be like 8 miles from my apartment, maybe even further than that. But it's just too far to bike in the morning to work and bike home, and obviously it doesn't work well in the winter. But you know, for the most part, if I need to run to the grocery store or something close, there's no reason that I couldn't just jump on the bike. Take a backpack or whatever else, you know, and get there and do what I need to do. So I'm pretty excited about this. Obviously, I've shown a lot of different things, and But I think it's really cool that I can do this and can really see the benefits from it, I guess. So with that, I'm going to end this really lengthy video. Hopefully I have more pictures to come. So yeah, hope to see you guys in a couple weeks or so. And that's about it.